All right, let's talk about the Fenix E06R Pro. It's a flat wedge style everyday carry flashlight with 19 total modes, including 5 brightness levels apiece for both the flood and the spotlight mode, a red laser, a UV light, and RGB modes, which Fenix is calling their scene mode. It's available in 3 different colors, black, orange, and the color that I have right here, OD green. It has a maximum output of 1600 lumens, a max throwing distance of 160 meters, a max intensity of 6234 candela, and a max runtime of 111 hours on eco mode. And everything is controlled with 5 total switches, but don't worry, it's not as confusing as you might think. It has a built-in 1650 milliamp hour battery that can be fast charged via the USB-C charging port on the side of the flashlight. And it also has a dust and waterproof rating of IP66. The first 6 means it's completely dustproof, and the second 6 means it can withstand high pressure water jets hitting it from any angle. And it also has a 1 meter impact resistance. All right, let's talk dimensions. It comes in at 4.84 inches by 1.22 inches by 0.75 inches. All right, let's weigh it. See what it comes out to be. All right, 3.7 ounces, interesting. And in grams, that's 104 grams. And that extra weight probably has a lot to do with that 1650 milliamp hour battery built in here. Plus all of these other features that they jam-packed in here. The flood and spotlight right there on the front, the UV light, the red laser, and all the RGB modes that they have built into this ring. And right here at the bottom too. Right there on each side of that tail switch, you're gonna see some RGB lighting. If I turn that on temporarily, you can see what I'm talking about. But let's start here with the emitters, these dual emitters in the front, responsible for the flood and spotlight mode. The emitter on the right-hand side right here, that's the Luminous SST20. That's responsible for the floodlight mode and has a color temperature of 5500 Kelvin. And the emitter on the left-hand side, that's the Luminous SFT25. That's responsible for the spotlight and has a color temperature of 6500 Kelvin. Right dead center is the UV light. If I turn that on right there, and then right below that is your red laser. No dual lasers here in the E06R Pro, meaning no green laser, only the red. So I'll give you a close-up at this anodized OD green. I think the color looks fantastic here. And the body feels very nice. It feels like a single piece right here. I'm trying to find any seams right here, and I just don't see any. The only seam I see is right there at the tail. You can see right around those LEDs in that tail switch. Other than that, it looks like a single piece of aluminum here. And yes, there are 5 different switches on the E06R Pro here. Let's go over those really quickly. There's a metal side switch right there near the head that controls the white light modes, the brightness levels, and all that good stuff. And then right here at the tail, that does the exact same thing. So you can use this flashlight in the underhand orientation or the overhand orientation. That gives it some flexibility, but there are some differences between these 2 buttons. If you want to activate the strobe button, you have to do it from the side switch right here. And if you want to activate turbo, the full 1600 lumens, you have to do it from the tail switch. But I'll demonstrate that when I go over the UI in a little bit. The oval button right below that side switch, that's how you switch between spotlight and floodlight. And yeah, you guessed it, the violet color button right there activates the UV light, and then the red button activates the red laser. You can't really mess that up, and I'll give you a close-up of those buttons. The buttons here feel really nice, very clicky. Yeah, feels very good. Same thing with that top switch. All the buttons here, typical Fenix quality. And then going back to the body, the top here does feel a little bit slippery. You can see it's smooth. There is no texturing at all on the top of the flashlight. But on the sides, you can see those ridges. I like to call those grip ridges. So when you're holding the flashlight, underhand, overhand, yeah, you're holding on to those grip ridges. It's not just going to fall out of your hands because it's super slippery. So I'm really glad that they did that on the side of the flashlight. And then on the back, I'll give you a look at that wide belt clip or pocket clip, whichever way you want to carry it. But Fenix is calling this a belt clip because of its width. It does feel pretty nice. It's not exactly deep carry. You can see right around, I don't know, about a 1/4 inch will be sticking out over your pockets. I'll definitely be using this as a pocket clip. I don't like clipping flashlights to my belt. And then on the side right there, you can see that exposed fast charging USB-C charging port. This flashlight still has an IP rating of 66. So this charging port can handle water or mud getting in there, but it's not submersible. If you drop this light in a puddle or a pool or anything, it could be in some trouble. But I still wish the USB-C port right there had some sort of cover. It annoys me when I get lint in there or dirt dirt or mud. I don't know. I just don't like it. In fact, I don't know anybody that likes that. Let's start putting some covers over these USB-C ports. So now let's bring in the Fenix E06R so I can give you a size comparison. Fenix calls this their keychain flashlight. In my review, I said I didn't really like that. I said this is more of an everyday carry flashlight for me, meaning I'm putting this right in my pockets and carrying it every day, not necessarily on my keychain. I just think it's too big for that. But now you can see the size difference between the original E06R and the Pro version. Give you a look down the barrel so you can see the difference there. And the same spot for the USB-C charging port right there. And this is interesting as I go to the back. You can see on the E06R, it is a lens up carry, but they reversed that on the Pro version. The Pro is now a lens down carry, so I'm wondering why they made that change there. And then on the side, the exact same button location for the UV light and the red laser. Now let's go over the lumens and runtime. There's a lot to go over here. So let's start with the spotlight mode at Moonlight. 5 lumens and has a runtime of 104 hours. Eco mode is 30 lumens, has a runtime of 24 hours. Low is 150 lumens, has a runtime of 4 hours and 30 minutes. Medium, the sweet spot, 350 lumens, and has a runtime of 2 hours and 30 minutes. And high, 1000 lumens, has a runtime of 2 hours and 15 minutes. And there's the asterisk. You guys already know what that means, but if you don't, that is a total runtime until the battery is dead, including step downs. All right, let's move on to floodlight. Moonlight, 5 lumens, 111 hours of runtime. Low is 150 lumens, has a runtime of 4 hours and 35 minutes. Medium, 350 lumens, 3 hours and 12 minutes. And then high, 750 lumens with a 2 hour and 20 minute runtime, asterisk right there as well. And then it goes over the scene modes, which is all the RGB colors. I'm just going to skip right over that. Special modes, UV light is a 365 nanometer UV light that is 1300 milliwatts. The red laser is 650 nanometers, which is between 2 and 4.5 milliwatts. And then strobe, a full 1600 lumens. You have a runtime of 1 hour and 19 minutes. I love to see a maximum lumen strobe. And then, of course, turbo, 1600 lumens with no runtime stated there. You're going to see from my runtime test, I got right around 20 seconds. It wasn't exactly 1600 lumens. I started actually over that, but it started stepping down immediately. But the big step down happened right around 20 seconds and ended right around a minute. But you'll see that later. All right, let's go over the UI here. So we have the side switch right here and the tail switch to activate the main white light modes. From either the side switch or the tail switch, just long press to activate the flashlight and then single press to cycle through all the cyclable brightness levels. So you have your Moonlight, Eco, Low, Medium, and High right there. And like I said, you can do the same thing to the tail. Just single short press to go through all the modes and then press and hold to turn it off. But the main difference between these two is if you want to reach strobe, you have to do it to the side light here. Strobe warning, you have to press and hold and then keep holding, and then there's your strobe. And if you want turbo, you have to press and hold the tail switch. So press and hold, and there it goes. It activates both lights, spot and flood, 1600 lumens. And yes, it does have a memory. So if I turn it on medium right there, turn it off, turn it right back on, it goes right back to that medium. And if you want to switch between spot and flood mode, just hit that little oval button right there. And you can see as I hit the button, short press, it switches between flood and spot. Super simple. Now let's go over to the UV and red laser buttons. All you have to do is just press and hold, just like the other side and tail, and that activates either the UV or the red laser. Now let's go over the RGB modes. Well, first I want to show you this. If you just single short press, it shows you your battery life right there, that green light. Now let's go over the RGB modes. Well, first I want to show you this. If you just single short press, it shows you your battery life right there, that green light. But if you double press right there, it starts the RGB modes. Now it's going to start with this pulsing red. Short press to go to the pulsing blue. Short press again for a red and blue flash. Press again, and that's sort of a rainbow flowing color right there. And then press one more time, and it fades in and out of all the different colors of the rainbow here. And as I mentioned earlier, there's some RGB lights on the very bottom as well. So as you press through, you can see it just mimics whatever that ring light is doing on the top. Now, I can't imagine myself using any of these except for maybe this red and blue flash. I can see this being a pretty decent emergency light, even though I sort of wish they lost that blue. I don't know, I sort of get nervous using a red and blue flashing light. You guys know what I'm saying. Some cops might frown upon that. I'm not really sure if it's against the law or not. I'm just saying I don't like to use it. I just sort of wish that was just a red flashing light. And this is everything the E06R Pro comes with. I'll give you a look at the box. Product shot on the front, Lumens and Runtime info on the back. Right here, some warranty information, some extra products from Fenix, and of course, a user manual, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, a lanyard right here that is not adjustable, and of course the flashlight itself. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's charging. You can see that LED ring right there is glowing red. It will glow green when it's fully charged. And yes, you can use this flashlight as a pass-through when you're charging it, but I think only Moonlight, Eco, Low, and Medium are available. High is not available when you're charging. All right, well, this sucks. It's right around 2 degrees. Right now, extremely cold. It feels a lot colder than that, let me tell you. So let's get this thing started. I want to start here on the floodlight. So that is Moonlight on floodlight. I'm not going to spend too much time there. So let's go to Eco mode. And see, it's a very uniform beam here in this flood. And the color temperature is right around 5,500, so it's more of a warmer. I mean, I wouldn't really consider it a warm white. It's a little cooler than even a neutral, I would say, if that 5,500 is accurate. It looks a little warmer, though. I don't know. I don't have a color meter anymore, so I can't really put that on a color meter and test that out for you. But that is Eco, and this is Low. And I'm starting to kiss that tree right there. And let's slowly pan across. And hitting the barn. Not by much, though. It's barely hitting that barn, man. But it's not really supposed to. Low on floodlight. But let's go to Medium. There we go. Now you can definitely see hitting that tree. And if I hold it steady, straight like this, and move my camera, you can see how wide that beam is. That beam pattern, pretty wide, and like I said, very uniform across. No hot spot at all. I mean, slightly. You can sort of see it in the snow there, but not really. As I pan across. And then, is that high? I lost track. 2, 3, 4, 5. That is high. Right there on flood. Whew. Now let's go over to spot. And I should instantly hit that. There we go. Hit that barn. Actually see now I'm hitting that shrub line back there and definitely hitting that tree. And I think I already stepped down. I did. I already stepped down. You're not getting much time here on that high. But let's go to... Oh, I pushed the wrong button again. That is Eco Spot. Low. Sorry. Moon Eco. I don't like how they do the Moon and Eco. It's confusing me. I rarely see that, if ever, have a flashlight that starts on moonlight and then goes to Eco and then low. So it's confusing me a little bit. What do you guys think? Low, medium, and high again. All right. Now let's go to turbo. All right. I want to press and hold this. I'm going to start over here. Press and hold. There we go. There's turbo. That is a mix of flood and spot. You're definitely not getting much time here. You can see that mix of flood and spot. Pretty cool. I just wish it lasted longer than 20 seconds. But it stepped down. It took about a minute to step down. Now about 40 seconds to step down. And then right after about a minute, it held steady. I can't remember the exact lumens. It was in a 500 range though. Not bad. Not bad. So I'm sure that's already happened here. But let's move on to the red laser right there. Oh yeah. Hitting the barn right there. It's not the brightest red laser I've seen. But if I can hit that barn right there, and if I move across, hitting those trees, yeah, this is fine. That's fine. I haven't seen any wildlife back there. Like I said, there's a bunch of shrubs right there. And I don't see any, let me put my light back on. I don't see any eyes staring back at me either. It's cold. It is cold. I don't know. They're just hunkered down back there. I doubt they're out walking around. And I barely see any tracks out here in the snow. But it is freezing. It's going to get even colder tomorrow. But let's go back inside. I'm cold too. You know, I do like wintertime, but when it gets this cold, I have to start rethinking my feelings on this matter. I'm a person who likes the different seasons. I just don't like the extreme part of summer or winter. I hate it, in fact. If I can find an area that's between 50 and 60 degrees all year round, I know it doesn't exist, just let me dream for a second. But that's my perfect temperature, a low of 50 and a high of 60, and that's it, man. Freaking 2 degrees outside. Are you kidding me? But anyways, let's get back to the flashlight here. Let's start with some pros. I love the fact that you can switch between floodlight and spotlight with just a single press of this button here. The separate buttons for UV and the red laser I think is pretty cool. And yes, I do like the fact that it has the side switch and tail button right there do the exact same thing, but they made it just a little bit different. If you want to activate the strobe, you do the side, and the turbo is through the tail. And another pro is just the overall quality. I think this feels very, very nice when you're holding it in your hands. And some of the negatives here are, of course, the built-in battery. I talk about that every single time. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's always going to be a negative in my book, even though it might not be an issue for me ever. The completely useless RGB modes, I think, are a negative. I mean, there's not one mode there I would say specifically that I would use all the time. Even that red and blue flashing I might not use for the reasons I gave earlier. I wish it had a red only flash for emergencies and just give me the ability to pick whatever color I want and to keep it on. So I can choose either a red or green to preserve night vision, or just give me a solid white light, a nice soft white light on the side there. I think that would be really cool. But instead, we always get these weird mood lighting features that nobody will ever use in the flashlight. It's cool at first, and then that's it. You'll never use it. And the last negative here, I'd say, is there's no beacon or SOS. I sort of like that in an everyday carry flashlight as well. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the Fenix E06R Pro? If you want to check it out for yourself, I'll have all that information down below in my description box. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. And yes, I know I got my shiny Aurora jacket on. Outside is too cold. This is a heated down jacket. As silly as it looks sometimes, I'm warm. My face wasn't warm, but I was warm. And go!